Are you okay? You sure? All right then. Hello. We're gonna do this in one take. I lied. This is not gonna be one take. Anyways, okay. Of course, this channel is How to Train Your Dragon themed. How is that? How did that come up? Well, let's start at the very beginning. The first time I've ever heard of How to Train Your Dragon was in 2010, I believe. I didn't really watch any movies. The only movies I watched was Cars, of course. We went to McDonald's in 2010, and they had the McDonald's Happy Meal toys. And I saw the poster for the movie How to Train Your Dragon and got hiccup on two lists, and I'm like, this movie, and it doesn't have a sentient vehicle on it, you know. We had some friends say, "Oh, this is so good." My parents thought this movie is goofy. This is gonna be a goofy movie, you know what I mean? So years passed, basically. We went to a friend's house, and they're like, "You need to watch How to Train Your Dragon. You haven't seen How to Train Your Dragon?" Like, no, we have not watched How to Train Your Dragon. And I watched it. It didn't click like what I thought it would be, but I really enjoyed it. Now this is when the story gets a bit more. This is around like 2014. The second movie hadn't come out yet. It was, I think, months later. We rented it from Redbox. Does anybody remember Redbox? The scene that Hiccup didn't become a character. It felt like an extension of myself, if you know what I mean. The scene where he's going down, flying down with Toothless, and he's got his cheat sheet, right? I always felt like in my life, I always had a cheat sheet that, you know, I couldn't really do anything myself at all. And it felt like he just tosses it. And then he does it. He goes, you know, he figures it out, you know. I've always been the outsider in basically every group that I'm in, really. And Hiccup just stood out to me as like, people would always come to me, you're like Hiccup, basically. I'm like, yeah, I am. Months later, actually, maybe a few years later. No, it was the following year, because Race to the Edge just came out. We were at another friend's house, and they're like, you know, there's a show for How to Train Your Dragon. I'm like, what? I'm not familiar with it. Race, you need to watch it. We watched the entire first season in 2 days. They're like, have you seen How to Train? Because my sister, Michaela, you've seen her on this channel, she watched it before me. And people were like, oh, Stoic dies at the end. I'm like, oh, thanks for spoiling that for me. Just like the first How to Train Your Dragon, the first viewing didn't snap. Okay, that funeral scene will always make me cry every single time. It felt like How to Train Your Dragon didn't just become a movie. It came like a world. Like, you can talk about, like, all these dragons have, like, it's not like that thing's gonna fall. Oh my goodness. Distracted. Okay. The world felt more like a real world, you know? They try to make the dragons more realistic. It's like something you could hang out with your friends and just nerd over, because I'm all for that. How to Train Your Dragon, those few days we were watching Race to the Edge, just something you could just nerd over. So that was yeah. Of course, we had Defenders and Riders. I didn't watch that until after Race to the Edge. I'm like, who's Heather? Oh, that makes sense. And then around, like, I don't know, was it 2018? Yeah, it was 2018 when they released the teaser for Hidden World. I'm like, can they do more after the second movie? It felt like everything was done. But boy, Boy, was I wrong. So, How to Train Your Dragon 3, The Hidden World, came out in theaters. The first How to Train Your Dragon movie I ever watched in theaters. That was some movie. It was over. The whole thing's over. Yeah. Hiccup and Astrid get married. He had to say goodbye to Toothless. They moved from Burke. For me, just the series itself, I felt like, it still will live on and stuff like that. But the year 2019 was a big year because we were moving countries. The saying when Hiccup says, Burke is not a place, I say Burke is wherever we go. I kind of took that line at home is wherever we go. And that movie kind of helped me moving to a different place and saying goodbye, basically. And now we're getting to more present day, We have this slop shows that they put on the streaming services and yeah, franchise, yeah. I remember I was just goofing off, making a weird video. This is before YouTube. This is actually my origin story for YouTube. I was just making a goofy video about in Homecoming, the short film, how Hiccup and Astrid have like this pillar in their house and it has like details on it. I'm like, it's probably because Night Fury and Light Fury. And my sister's like, you should do YouTube. This could be something fun. I'm like, nah, I don't think anybody would want to see me on YouTube. And I saw other YouTubers make like these start from nothing and, start their own community. Shout out Cars at Night 95. T-Toy Reviews Ty, Brickitect. They kind of inspired me. Like, I should probably just try something. I just wanted to watch videos that I wanted to watch, basically. Sure, there's some good How to Train Your Dragon YouTubers out there. Sure, there are. There's some great ones. But it didn't feel like something that I wanted to do it, basically, And here we are right now. Yep. So that's some of the stories of, how I got here, basically. Thanks for subscribing. I never really say subscribe to the video on the channel. Never really do that, but thank you. We're almost to 500 at the time of recording this. If you're watching this afterwards and I got a play button in my hands, it's probably, I don't know, that's never going to happen. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Take it away, Hiccup.
How do you become someone that great, that brave, that selfless? I guess you can only try.